Hey, everybody, it is Kaylee. I hope you're having a great October. Our fall merch is live. I hope you are liking it if you've already ordered your stuff. If you haven't ordered your stuff, go order it now. I know I am living in my busy season hoodie. That is for sure. So please leave a review if you are loving your stuff because I just love to know what you think. Even if it's something from the last drop that you purchased, please leave a review because I would just love to know what you're thinking. And if you're wearing your merch, you can tag me on Instagram and I would love to reshare. It's just always fun seeing you guys out in the wild, photographers in the wild, just doing your thing, wearing the merch. It's just very fun. I like to see how you guys style it. I always style things differently and I just like to see like my other options. I'm like, oh, I never thought about wearing it like that. So anyways, on to today's topics. Your clients aren't posting your pictures on their IG page. What are you going to do? Cue freak out. Begin totally going down the rabbit hole of worrying if your photos aren't good enough or if they didn't like your editing or if their experience with you. And here comes the panicking if your clients are ever going to book you again or if they're going to refer you to other clients or oh my gosh, what if they leave you a bad review? But wait. We do not need to be freaking out about this stuff, and I'll tell you why after we take our 30-second break. 30 seconds of silence just to recover from that stress session that I probably just induced on you guys. So take some breaths here and get in the mindset of being a client. So not a photographer. And also, I know it's very hard because we are photographers. So even if we are like hiring someone for our fall photos, like we still have the photographer mindset. But if it's possible at all, I want you to try to disconnect the photographer mindset at all and just be in the brain of a client. And then we'll chat more on the other side. I get it. We want to see our images on our client social media pages. We put a lot of time and energy into them. Not only did we have all of the back and forth with the planning and the location and the outfits, but we also did such a good job with the session posing them and making them feel comfortable, hyping them up, fixing their hair. We went above and beyond, totally nailed it. And then we come home and we safely back up their and protect their and then we come home and we safely back up and protect their images and these precious memories that we were lucky to document for them. And then we meticulously edit each and every image so that it's literal perfection in a rectangle. And then we send them the gallery and they say thanks, or they say nothing at all. That happens. And we feel defeated. We wait a couple days to see if they post any of the photos we sent. Weeks go by, nothing. Now we've given up. You've entered that spiral that I mentioned and you're starting to doubt yourself. But I'm going to tell you to stop yourself right there, honey. Actually, stop it way earlier than that because it does not ever need to get to this point. And I'm going to tell you why. First off, this is our job. Like we literally have nothing else to do besides focus and overanalyze and compare our work to other photographers and question our business practices, if we're doing something wrong, how we can get better, how we can be doing something differently, where do we need to improve. We just don't know how or why to get there or how or what to do to get there. We literally spend all of our time worrying about this stuff. And it's, of course, it's natural for us to panic when our clients don't post our images because we think that that's a poor reflection on us and our work. But friends, the problem is that they have more things to worry about than posting images on social media. They have jobs and families and crazy busy schedules that just don't allow them to be able to stop and like look fully through the gallery and figure out what photos to post and like what perfect caption to have and all that. We're the picture people. So we focus on the quality of our images and the service that we provide to our clients because that's our job and it's our passion. Whether you're full-time or not, that's just like, that is our sole focus is like, how can we be better? How can we have the best images? How can we give our clients the best service and the best product? But our clients are just kind of like wanting photos to document the moments in their lives. They're not consuming their thought process or their time. Just because they don't post your images on their feed doesn't mean that they don't like them or that they don't like you, they probably just don't post on social media that often. Like that's the reality of it, right? It's not like it's not their job like it is ours. Think about it. How many times have you said that you wouldn't be on social media if you didn't have to for your job? Like I know I've said it a million times. My personal page is proof of that. I post on there maybe once a month if I'm lucky, but I'm always on my photography page. Like every day, I'm on my photography page doing something, resharing something, messaging someone, posting someone, sharing a reel, like showing up on my stories. I'm on there every day because it's a part of my job. Most of our clients resonate with that because they also don't post on social media. They probably just use it to consume content as a source of entertainment. Maybe they are like keeping in touch with other people and they'll comment on other people's posts, but they don't really think about posting their own stuff on social media because they're just there to like connect and be entertained. It's not always like their point of having social media isn't like just so that I can post about my life and the things that I'm doing. Maybe every once in a while they will for like a birthday or an anniversary or something like that. But go back to your client's page. Like if you're experiencing this and like your client isn't posting your pictures, the first thing that I usually do is go back on their page and like look through, okay, like how often were they posting before? If they're posting like every week, then I would be like a little bit more butthurt about it. But if they post like every month or every 2 months or worse, then I'm like, that's just like, that's not their priority. Like just because they don't post my pictures doesn't mean they don't like it. It's just that they're just not big Instagram people. If they're very frequent in posters, basically, then they definitely don't feel bad about them not posting your images because they have very busy lives and they don't think about sharing our photos with the world like we think about sharing our photos with the world, because we rely on frequently posting new work to bring in new work. And they just do it for funsies. I'll repeat that again. They have busy lives. They don't think about sharing our photos the way that we think about sharing our photos because we are constantly we like rely on getting new jobs from posting new work. So we want to be sharing new images. We want to be posting our work on social media. We want to be there every day doing things because if someone, which I've talked about in multiple episodes before, if someone comes to your page and they see you posting as infrequently as our clients do because they're just doing it for funsies, then if they saw that on our page, like, oh, they only post once a month. Oh, they post once every 2 months. Like it's very infrequent. They're going to be like, I don't really want to hire this person. So we have to make it our job to constantly show up and constantly be posting on Instagram and constantly be sharing our work. And we take it a responsibility to share their images on our page. This is a side note I just thought of. Like, think about when you post their images, like, do they comment on it? Do they reshare it to their stories? Because most of the time they might not post it on their actual feed, but if I post it and tag them in it, they'll reshare it and they'll be like, best photographer ever, or like, I can't wait for her to capture our big day, or like, we love doing these milestone sessions or whatever. And that's pretty cool because like they're still posting on their page. They didn't have to do the work. All they had to do was click a button that said reshare and that's it. Sometimes it is kind of also a reminder for them like, oh, I need to go post those photos. And so then like a couple days later, sometimes they'll post the pictures that I shared on my page. So they just do this whole social media thing for funsies. Like they're just in it to experience life and not necessarily like brag about their life and showcase, look at these awesome pictures that we just got done. If you are truly, truly devastated though, and you really want to know what's going on, then just reach out to them. Like save yourself some mental capacity and stop wondering about what it is that's keeping them from posting on your page and just ask them. Like no harm, no foul. Just ask them if they're still enjoying the images from their gallery and if there's anything you can do to make them fall in love with them even more. Maybe you'll get an answer from them and they'll tell you, actually, we hate your pictures. I'm just kidding. They would never say that. Or they will just tell you that they're sorry. They've been really busy and they haven't had a chance to look through your gallery, but they love the photos so much and hopefully they can post them soon. Like that's the most common answer that I've received. And it's more likely the answer that you're going to get as well because life is just busy. And sometimes they've made the time to think about the outfits and plan the stuff and do the photos. And then they kind of just like, they take the photos and then they're like, all right, well, that was it. Yeah. Like now what? You know what I mean? Like they kind of moved on from then, which we haven't moved on from their photo session because we still have to go home and edit everything and then blog about it and post about it on social media and like do all the things about it, make a reel about it. Like we're still working. We're still reliving their moments that we photographed, even though they might have moved on. So we just have to remember that. Anyways, we have too much other things to be worried about, to be worrying about something like this. It's so minor. We need to be using our energy instead to be staying strong and confident in our skills and carry on serving our new clients and our current clients and our potential clients instead of hyper fixating on if our old ones didn't like their photos or not. At the end of the day, like bottom line, they paid you. You did the service as stated in the contract, and if they don't post their images, that's on them. It's their quote unquote money wasted. If you want to look at it like that, you're like, why would you spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on these photos and like never post them? Well, they might have them hung in their house and you don't know it. So like they could have printed them and had them displayed. It could be their phone background. It could be their contact photo. Like it could be their headshot at work. Like we don't know how else they're using the images and we just don't see it. So like number one, like think about that. It's not true. They are using their photos. We just might not be able to see it as easily as them posting it on social media. But either way, that's their money wasted. Okay, cool. You gave me $3,000 and I shot your wedding pictures and you never posted them. Whatever. I got paid. I did my job. Like, boom. Like they're not coming back to you and complaining about them. They're not causing issues with you. They're not leaving bad reviews, like all that kind of stuff. Just wash your hands and walk away. Like use the energy to focus on other things. You just keep doing your thing, boo. I hope that helps. I know it was a quick episode, but I just wanted to pop in your ears today or on your speakers today and just remind you that there's so many other things in life. Just remind you that there's so many other things in life that we could be focusing on energetically, literally just like the brain power we have to use instead of stressing on things that we can't control. That probably is just a problem we're creating in our head. Let's just move on and use that power to create like a fun styled shoot session that we want to do, or reading a good book that we want to read, or spending time with our family instead of panicking about something that's not even a problem. So love you. Chat with you guys next time.